Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM here at our school and office and consumer tech sessions in New Orleans. And with me is Edward Chen with TikTok Shop, which is quickly becoming one of the most popular and sought after e-commerce platforms out there, certainly among our brands. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how they operate, how they work with brands, and what you should expect in partnering with them. So thanks for joining us. And for those like handful of brands who are not familiar, could you give an overview of TikTok Shop and the different ways in which you work with brands?
Yeah, certainly. So everybody knows TikTok as the content generation platform, right? We've all seen the people do the dances. We've all seen the trends that happen on TikTok Shop, on TikTok, but not everybody knows about the shop aspect of things. So TikTok Shop is the e-commerce branch of TikTok. We've seen it very successful in our international markets, and we're really growing it here in the US. This is probably one of the next biggest markets, and there's a lot of people seeing initial success there. So super excited to be here at the show. Excited to see some of these sellers that are very interested in coming onto a new platform to bring that incremental sales value to their brand.
So there's several different ways that brands can work with you, right? You have the live shopping, shoppable video. Can you walk us through some of those?
Yeah, of course. So, short videos, everybody knows about those. Everybody loves it. I think I spend one too many hours scrolling on my phone through short videos. That is certainly one of the most popular ways to convert on the platform. But there are three other ways to convert with TikTok Shop. We are growing our live shopping presence on the platform. Hasn't really been done right by any other player here in the US, but internationally, huge, right? We've seen it explode in Asia. We've seen it explode in the Middle East, slowly coming up in Europe, and we really want to invest in live shopping here in the US. The other way to shop is through Shop Tab. For you TikTok veterans, your For You page is probably the page you spend the most time on. Next to your For You page, there's a Shop Tab. That Shop Tab is curated just for you and your shopping experience, and you'll see a lot of products that you love. But on top, there's also a search function. So let's say you wanted to buy toilet paper. You can always type in toilet paper and convert there. The last one is for the brands. Within your brand page, once you sign up for TikTok Shop, you'll get a little shopping bag. When you click into that shopping bag, that will be your showcase. That's where all of your products will live. So think of your customers walking into your store, your brick and mortar stores in the mall, clicking into that shop, they're able to browse through all of your products just with one finger and a swipe.
Very cool. It's so convenient, and like we were talking about yesterday, you started with the content, and then you layer on this great shopping experience for consumers, but that content is really what's getting them. So the convenience of having it, you already have them there, you know what they're interested in, and then it's just making it so easy to just make that purchase. So
Exactly. We're completing that whole ecosystem for you that are watching this in bed and eating popcorn. Imagine you're on TikTok, just in bed, not wanting to go to the store, clicking a button, and your product will be there tomorrow.
Boom. And I know of some brands that have actually done extremely well doing the TikTok Shop live. They would go and they would prepare their products, give everybody like an inside view of how their products are being made. So he would film actually in his kitchen facility, show them the behind the scenes of making his product, and then people were just buying like crazy from that. So it's pretty cool what you can do with that.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen some of our most successful sellers actually do short form content and live content in their warehouses. People love it when they can see the product in the background. Somebody purchases the product, you go physically grabbing it and packaging it. We've seen that be very, very successful.
It gives them a little peek into behind the scenes.
Yes,
they love that. Kind of like Gary Vee's document, don't create philosophy. It's like show them what's happening day to day as the product is being created or made, or if let's say you're a food product, you're going into the farm and talking to the farmers, stuff like that. It's just these are all things that companies, brands should be doing anyway, but now you just add that ability to purchase right there. It just changes the game.
Exactly, and this TikTok is about making that real life connection with your community, right? It's not quite like a TV show where it's produced. This is you take your phone, use your camera, point and shoot. It's about creating those real life moments and creating that connection that everybody can relate with, and that's how TikTok has started, right? It's that grassroots movement where you can go and create moments and share it with people that have similar experiences.
And I think that's a good point, is that it's easy to create too. It's not like you need a video studio or it's expensive equipment. Just do what I do. You got a phone and a tripod and you're good to go, and you can open up shop and start selling.
Yeah, 100%.
So what is your particular role at TikTok Shop, and what types of products are you looking for while you're here?
Yeah, so I am one of the business development managers in the electronics, office, and book space. So I am personally in charge of onboarding some of these brands. I will be in charge of the registration process, onboarding process. I help create launch strategies and creating that strong foundation for you on TikTok to ensure success. How the path looks after that, once you start generating some revenue on the platform, we have account management team that will help grow and scale your account. So I kind of help you launch and create that good business foundation, and then we have other teams that will support you going forward. Coming to ECRM, really looking for stationery, office, arts and crafts, electronics items, specifically in consumer tech, because that's such a white space for our platform. Everybody knows TikTok Shop for fashion and beauty, right? That was our core demographic. But we want to also expand into some of these categories that historically have done well in other platforms here in the US. Since it's such a big white space, the people coming on today, they're kind of like the pioneers, right? There's a lot of resources and a lot of communities that they can serve. And as they come on, they can really push for that.
Cool. A lot of those categories do lend themselves to video, electronics, a lot of demonstration content you could do, arts and crafts. So yeah, lots of cool content that can be made and layered with that. So really cool stuff. So when you meet a brand here, let's say you have a great meeting, you love the product, they're interested in getting going, what are the next steps? What typically happens in the onboarding process?
Yeah, so before the registration process, before we get anything kicked off, we want to make sure that both the sellers and ourselves are aligned in terms of integration and tech, the legal standard merchant terms, as well as operations. So we want to make sure financial documents are in order. We want to make sure the banking information is prepared. Once that's all prepared, we'll generally set up a call, talk about what the process looks like moving forward. Generally involves registering for the platform, which takes a couple days, and then integration, depending on your integration partner, it could take a week to 3 months. If you want to do custom API, it will take a little bit longer. From there, we'll start the integration process, creating a really great launch strategy, and hopefully start generating incremental revenue for these brands.
Very cool. Simple enough.
Yeah.
It's very quick. Even with the API process, that's very quick. Last question. Tell me about your experience with ECRM.
Yeah, no, I loved it. This is actually my first ECRM that I'm ever coming to. I love how they made it so easy for us. I was just telling our coordinator downstairs that I wish I could have them forever, right? Having my whole day scheduled, it was so easy, it was so fun. Everybody here is like my best friend. I loved talking to the people on each one of these floors. Some of them have been here for over 500 sessions. Some of them are, in college and trying to learn about the industry. So I love the staff here at ECRM. I loved the experience. All of the brands and sellers that were here, they were so excited and so animated, so passionate about their products. So I loved that. Instead of going to a trade show and kind of tiring yourself out, everything here is really planned out for you. Feels like you're joining a family and hanging out with your best friends.
That's awesome. We love to hear that. Glad you had a great time. I completely agree. I have an awesome time every time I'm here. So listen, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm so glad that you had a good experience. And thanks for all the great info for our brands.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.